Welcome to lesson 2103 or 103 of algebraic concepts, perpendicular lines. Okay, so this lesson is directly related to the previous lesson on parallel lines, but perpendicular lines are a little bit different. So here's our objective, our rules and our notes. So we got to talk about fractions, a negative reciprocal. A negative reciprocal, so if you have a fraction, let's take 4 over 3. And you talk about a reciprocal. What a reciprocal means is that you flip the fraction upside down. And the negative reciprocal means the negative. You multiply it by -1. So when we get in the slopes, we'll really concentrate on this. So think about a negative reciprocal. All you got to do is flip your fraction upside down and multiply it by -1. All right, so here is an example of a negative reciprocal. And what we mean by perpendicular lines, the lines form a 90-degree angle. So let's look at our slopes of our line. -1/3. If we flip it upside down, it becomes -3 over 1. Then we multiply it by -1, it becomes 3. Which is the same as this one here. So negative reciprocals, slopes, make perpendicular lines. Okay, so now what we're going to ask you, are these lines perpendicular? So you have y equals -1/2 x plus 2, and then y equals 2x minus 1. Okay, so all we're looking at is the slope. So take the 1/2, flip it upside down, then multiply it by -1, and we get 2 over 1, which equals 2. And we see that these lines are perpendicular. Yes. Are the graphs of these lines perpendicular? So we'll get y equals 4/3 x minus 1, and then 4x plus 3y equals -8. These lines cannot be compared because one is in slope-intercept, the one on the left, and the one on the right is in standard form. So now this has to be converted into slope-intercept form. So how do we do that? Subtract 4x from both sides. 3y equals -4x minus 8. Divide by 3, divide by 3, divide by 3. Y equals -4/3 x minus 8 over 3. 4/3 is not perpendicular to -4/3. They are only negatives of each other. So these lines are not perpendicular. Okay, now look at this. We have points on a line. So line 1 passes through these 2 points. So let's find the slope of the line. -1 minus 6 over -5 minus 0 will give us -7 over -5, which is 7/5. And for line 2, -1 minus 6 over 4 minus -1 gives us -7 over 5. 7/5 is perpendicular to -7. Is not perpendicular, no. Because all we did was multiply by -1, but we did not flip the fraction upside down. Okay, so those were our examples, and you will see problems similar to that. Converting lines in between forms and pulling out all the things you knew from the previous videos dealing with point slope form, slope intercept form, and changing forms of lines. So try the examples on the next couple of slides, and I will see you at the end of the video for a recap. I apologize for the typo. This is supposed to be an X right here. So there you go. That's an X, not a Y. So try that one. Okay, are the lines perpendicular? So first thing we got to do is subtract 10x. We have to convert to slope-intercept form because you cannot compare lines in standard form. Divide everything by 2. Get y equals negative 5x plus 6. Y equals 5x minus 1. 5 is not perpendicular to negative 5. No, these lines are not perpendicular. What is the equation of a line that is perpendicular to negative 1, 6x plus 3 and passes through the point 2, 1? So what you have to do first is find a slope. So we need a negative reciprocal. So which means we flip it upside down, then multiply it by negative 1. So the slope of our new line is 6. So we take y minus 1 using a point slope formula. Y minus 1 equals 6x minus 12. Add 1 to both sides. Add 1. Y equals 6x minus 11. This is the line that is perpendicular to y equals negative 1, 6x plus 3. It's not the only line. Well, it is the only line that passes to the point 2, 1. There are many lines that you can find that will be perpendicular to negative 1, 6x plus 3. But the line that we found is the only one that passes through that point and perpendicular to our given line. So we had to use the point slope formula to solve this. Okay, so I threw you guys for a loop, and I apologize for that. This is supposed to be 3x. I apologize. This is a typo, so I will go back and fix it. Okay, so let me show you what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to change this in the slope-intercept form. So 2y equals negative 3x plus 2. Then divide everything by 2. Y equals negative 3 halves x plus 1. Now we got this slope. We flip it upside down and multiply it by negative 1. We get positive 2/3. So y minus 1 equals 2/3 x minus 2. And that gives us y minus 1 equals 2/3 x minus 4/3. We add 1 to both sides. We get y equals 2/3 x 3/3 minus 1/3 is perpendicular to negative 3/2 x plus 1. So I apologize for that, and thank you for watching this video. Please, if this is your first video you're watching, please watch a couple of videos before this because they all tie together. Subscribe if you like what you saw, and I will catch you on the next video.